Hi, Honest Discussioner here. I want to talk about something that's been frustrating me lately, and that is the theists' attempts to make sure that everything that they say and all of their claims are completely unfalsifiable and therefore completely right. Now, if you go into science, if you take any type of scientific theory or law, there is a way to falsify it. There would be some type of occurrence that, if it happened, would show that to be incorrect. If, for example, with evolution, if you were to be able to find no link between humans and apes, if humans didn't share any chromosomes with apes, then that would show that man did not evolve from apes at all, and that they're not related. Or if you were able to find human skeletons along with dinosaur fossils, in a layer dated, at the same time of the dinosaurs millions of years ago. If you were to find that evidence, that would pretty much disprove most of what evolution says today. Now, there's nothing like that with any type of theistic belief, not just Christianity, but Islam and any of the others. And I don't think that's exactly very fair, because I think there are ways to falsify it, but theists don't seem to accept these. They cry foul. They cry, well, no, that you can't do that. You can't use you can't try to state what God is and then show how that doesn't work, which is what I do in most of my videos. When I said that I have a personal relationship with God, most people will claim that they have a personal relationship with God. People in Christianity, Catholics, Protestants, Methodists, Baptists, those really freaky, anti-gay people in Kansas, Muslims as well, Hindus, some Buddhists even, I think. Basically every religion that has a God, there are people in that believe they are communicating in some, form with God. Now, according to theists, I'm not allowed to draw any conclusions on this whatsoever. I'm not allowed to, at any point, say, well, if this is true, shouldn't we see this? The answer is, well, no. We should just see what we see today. And if we start seeing something different, we should also expect that as well. Whatever that different thing is. There's nothing that could possibly happen that would show theism to be wrong, any of the theisms, as far as they're concerned, and I don't think that's very fair. If you're going to have a discussion about what is right or wrong, what is the truth and not the truth, you have to have falsifiability. You have to say, well, okay, this is how reality is. If it was another way, if it was this way, then I would be wrong. But it's not, so I think I'm right. And we don't see that. I don't get anything along those lines. When I say that, well, okay, you state, as a theist, that there's free will, that God created us, He gave us free will, we have a choice, and because we have a choice, that is why, if we choose wrongly, we can go to hell, because He gave us that choice. You state all of these things. Now, if I show that any one of those things is, conflict with any of the other things that you've said, your model of God and your belief is not correct. Now, of course, they never accept this, but I don't think that's very fair. I don't think that that is how we should be going about things. If I can show that an omnipotent being and who is omniscient and also created everything clashes with the idea of free will and choice, then that kind of disproves your beliefs. If I also show that we don't have a free will because basically all of our actions are just the result of our genetics and our environment, all of the things that have happened before have led up to this moment. If you changed those occurrences, then yes, you probably would have changed your actions. But we really are not responsible for our choices. We don't make choices, really. You know what we do? We make deductions. We make calculations. Our brain is a computer. It takes in information from our five senses: our sight, our smell, our hearing, our taste, and our touch. It interprets that information and decides what is the best course of action based on the information at hand, and what its current needs and wants are at the time. But all of these things, all of the way that we interpret information is based on genetics and what has happened before. Now, if you take into consideration that God made our genetics, our biology, and also created our souls, He created our free wills, put us in the spot that He wants us to be, that should show that we don't have free will. If I create a computer program and I create it to do a specific thing at a specific time, and then it does it, I'm not responsible. I'm the one that's responsible for that because I'm the creator of that thing, and I made it that way. Especially if I knew that if I had made it a little bit differently, it would have reacted different. It would not have done as it was. Take you, for example. Yes, you. The one right, no, yeah, that one. Yeah, you, right there. God made you, right? I'm assuming I'm talking to a theist at this moment. Could He have chosen to make you any differently? Could He have chosen to put the soul that He put in your body a little bit differently? Or are all souls all carbon copies? Either way, I'm pretty sure I'm right here with what I'm about to say. If God had made you a little bit differently, wouldn't you be different today? Wouldn't He know that the way He made you, determined what you would become, what you would believe? Everything about you, God created. And that's why you guys are wrong. So, I'm going to give you an extra chance here. You have to actually not just show how an omnipotent being, you can't just point to a choice and say, well, that's a choice. See, this person could have chosen the fries, but no, instead they chose a salad. That was a choice. You have to show where did that choice come from? How was the brain not controlling that choice? Especially since the brain is controlled by genetics. And if you're going to say the soul, God created the soul too. Also, come up with something that would falsify your belief. Obviously, I'm not saying that thing has to have happened, but what could possibly happen that would say, well, you know what, I was wrong? Is there anything like that? If you say that there is not, then guess what? It's not God that's infallible. It's you, because you can't be wrong. Your perceptions about reality cannot be wrong. So really, you're calling yourself God. And you're probably even just worshiping yourself. So please, tell me why I'm wrong, and actually try to tell yourself how you could be wrong. And again, I'm not yelling at anyone, but I've just been a little bit frustrated here, and I want to have a discussion on equal playing field here. So think about it. Post a comment. Have a nice day. Honest Discussioner, out.